Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Simpson, head of training for AssumeList, and I'm here with our brilliant technical genius, Mr. Michael Arena, who is our CEO and founder of AssumeList. All right, so we're going to dive into our advanced search capacities. So we're going to start by zeroing in on Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta is our chosen area for this demonstration, and Mike's going to click on Atlanta, Georgia. And here we are going into Atlanta. Immediately, you're going to see that we see all of the assumable listings listed associated with Atlanta, Georgia. Now, let's say we wanted to not just do Atlanta, but also we had a buyer that said, well, I would be open to Atlanta or Marietta. So Mike's going to put in Marietta, but he's only going to put in M-A-R-I because this is a keyword search. So you only need 4 letters, and look at all the M-A-R-Is.
Just as a quick update, I believe it's only 3 letters is all that's needed in order to run a keyword search. So the more letters you enter in, the more it'll focus it down. But if you weren't sure like how to spell Marietta, is it 1 T? Is it 2 T's? Just M-A-R-I, and it will run a search for any city that has those letters in it.
Absolutely. And I see Marietta, Georgia down there. So let's click on it.
I just want to make sure folks they can use this to partially type in a word, and it will pull up all the locations that have those specific letters. So we're going to just click Marietta.
Okay. Those. We've got Marietta. Mike's clicking on Marietta. Then we're going to see that we have Atlanta and Marietta. We're going to do one more town. We're going to do Duluth, D-U-L-U.
And you want to keep Atlanta in there?
I do, yeah. Because we can put in lots of different keywords and be able to combine multiple searches, which is really cool. Now we've got Duluth. Now let's imagine that your buyer said, I want Atlanta, Duluth, Marietta, but also my mom lives in Conyers, but I only want to do 30094. I don't even want to put in Conyers. I just want to look at zip code 30094. Look at this. You can combine cities, zip codes, other stuff. And then 30094 pops up with Conyers, Georgia, because the buyer says, well, I wouldn't mind living near my mom. She's so helpful with the grandkids, right? So now we've got 3 cities and a zip code, and here are all our wonderful assumable listings. Now, we're going to do one more thing here, Mike. Instead of going with this exact search, let's do a start draw. Let's do a custom polygon. You can do it. I believe in you. Let's do it.
Where are we looking?
Let's decide that our buyer is looking at this with us and they go, wait a minute, I love Tucker and Mountain Park. I forgot about Tucker and Mountain Park. And so they're going to say include Duluth, Tucker, Mountain Park, Rockbridge. But you know what? I hate Stonecrest. So no Stonecrest, no Woodstream, but yes to Atlanta and Marietta. So go ahead, Mike, because this is how specific you can be with our advanced search capacity.
You're gonna have to help me where these locations are. So
all right, you're doing great. All right,
I'm just gonna pick a place. How's that? So let's just say we want to focus in on the northwest side of Atlanta, and we only want to look at this area here, right? That's going to be a place we're going to focus our time. So when we create that polygon, we're going to only look at, or this custom search area is just what's in that defined area we defined within that map draw.
Awesome. Now let's look at a couple more of our cool advanced search capacities. So look at price. You can do minimum, maximum, mortgage payment, down payment. Now, you cannot search by interest rate, but you can search by something that will give you low interest rates, which is you can set a minimum mortgage and a maximum mortgage down payment. And that will help you identify low interest rates. Isn't that cool? I was just using this hack with an agent subscriber yesterday. It was super fun. So you could say, do a 600,000 minimum and then a 2,500 maximum for mortgage rate, and you will almost certainly get a low interest rate out of that.
Yeah.
So maybe a 600.
We never actually baselined everybody what was found within our initial search.
I did. I just didn't say it out loud. There were 130 listings that were found within that custom polygon. And then let's do, should we do the minimum, Mike? Do you want to make the minimum like 600,000 or something?
Most people don't care about a minimum. So as long as it doesn't exceed their maximum, then we're probably good. You can set a minimum. I don't know why somebody would say, well, I don't want to save anything more than, minimums for the mortgage payment. You can set it if you want. It's not all that common, but it's available to you.
Okay, great. Let's look at status.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Let's do active and coming soon.
I don't think this market does it coming soon. So yeah, there's nothing to be found in this coming soon. So there's a little flag here. Not all markets use it coming soon. So if you know your MLS has a coming soon status, you can use it. Otherwise, you would just click on active.
Perfect. Now let's go to all filters. Now, if your buyer is a veteran, you might be really focused on VA loans. Or if your buyer is an investor, you might really want to focus on VA since FHA has that owner occupy requirement. But we're going to keep VA and FHA both checked for now. And we're going to use this. This is my favorite filter because you can go to days on market. Let's go to days on market more than 14 days.
All right.
And we have to scroll all the way down. Yep, all the way down. Oops. There it is. More than 14 days. So now of those 130 listings, which we then cut down to 121, we've now got only 81 listings to sift through, and they've all been on the market more than 14 days. I love new listings, but it's also really smart as a buyer's broker or buyer's agent, excuse me, to look at folks who are feeling a little nervous because their homes haven't sold yet. Right? So that's something that's important in terms of seller psychology. Now, let's go to sort by on the right, the top right, Mike. I want to sort by down payment because down payment is usually one of the most important financial issues that buyers have to be thinking about. And I want to remind everybody, we've got some wonderful lender partners who have created amazing second mortgage options that tap right into home equity line of credit, right at purchase. It's amazing. So look at this. We have 81 listings that have been on the market for more than 2 weeks. You can tell that even though we've sorted by down payment, you can tell that among this group, every time you see that little green arrow going down, that means there's been a price reduction. That means that your seller has gotten so nervous, they've convinced their agent that they need to go down, or maybe vice versa. But either way, look at this, 43K down, 52K down. This is great stuff. Now, if you want to do
about $100,000 price reduction.
Oh, wow. And only 63K down on that one. That's amazing. Wow. These listings are so incredible. So now, Mike, let's just show a few more ways people can narrow, even though we may not apply it to this particular search. So let's go to home types and show how you can narrow with home types. Single family, multifamily, townhouse, condo. Let's go to
let's just select single family just to help narrow it down. Now we're only going to display single family homes in the results.
And there's our one with the 95,000 reduction. Amazing. Now let's look at beds and baths.
Yep, common filter. You can always filter. If you only want to look at 4-bedroom homes or higher, you can set that as a filter, and boom, now we're instantly now looking at homes with 4 bedrooms. If you want to set a bathroom minimum, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, there we go.
And the last thing we want to show on property search is the save search function. So every search you do for a buyer, you can always save it. You just have to name it. So Mike is gonna
we'll call this one Mary Smith. This
Mary Smith, yeah. And if you wanted to, you could have Mary receive an email on a daily or weekly basis with what's changed in her search, or she could get instantaneous updates if there are changes. You could just have the email go to you. You can have the email go to her and you. And remember, as we've told you before, it'll always have your photo, your email, your phone number right next to the listing so that they feel like you are the king or queen of AssumeList, which of course you are. Now we're going to save this search. And the last thing we're going to do is Mike's going to take you to his dashboard where we're going to see that Mary Smith search waiting.
I'm actually going to there's 2 ways to do it. We can, so if we clear our filters and let's say you run another search and you're like, oh, next day you come back into your account. You're like, what was that? All those filters I set for Mary Smith down here in your search bar. If you scroll to the bottom, your saved search right here at the bottom of your search bar. So when you click on it, it will automatically populate it with those same criteria, everything that we just set up.
Wow.
And even with your custom map, your custom draw search area, it will populate it with all those same filters that we had set up in that earlier search.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know you could find your saved search in your keyword search. That's amazing. I love that. Oh, I learned.
Now, it is on the top right corner. If you click on your profile name, right below the dashboard, there's a My Saved button. If you click on the My Saved button, so let's just do that one here, and I'll open up that into a new browser. This will now give us the ability to view all of our saved searches, or there's properties, saved properties, which is a different conversation, but saved searches are all the properties that are searches that I've set up for clients that I'm working with. And you can see all the details, right? Mary Smith, 2,500, mortgage price, days on market. We're looking at bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, it built in the location. And in this case, it was a custom search area. So all that's now saved. And it will even let you know in this page whether or not alerts are activated for Mary Smith in this saved search screen.
Amazing.
And if
Wow.
you click on search here, of course, it'll rerun it for you, and it'll take you right back to the property search page.
I love this. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We love teaching you about this amazing tool. Bye.